I know it would be fire to be able to both live like Kylie and also save the planet, but you can't do both. Last year, when Australia was devastated by wildfires, Greta reminded us that we still fail to make the connection between the climate crisis and increased extreme weather events. Kylie, too, was moved by the disaster and tweeted about how the loss of animal life breaks her heart. Then she quickly followed up with a post of her new $1,500 Louis Vuitton mink slippers. It's always so sad when fire potential slippers.
Okay, let's take a moment to be honest. The desire to live like Kylie Jenner is shared by many. A shoe closet larger than most people's apartments, private jets, and expensive clothing. That's the dream indeed. Here's the catch, though. You cannot profess to be helping the earth and live like Kylie. Bill Maher said it best. You can't have both of them. And that's just what his widely shared live monologue focused on, pointing out how blatantly hypocritical it is for younger generations to talk about climate change while doing the exact opposite. Consider it. Australia was practically on fire a few years ago. Homes are destroyed, millions of animals are gone, and entire cities are covered in smoke. Being the force that she is, Greta Thunberg took advantage of the occasion to remind everyone that this is how climate change manifests itself. To make her case, she's out here sailing a zero-emission boat across oceans. Following her tweet expressing her sympathy for the animals, Kylie Jenner promptly shared a picture of her brand new $1,500 Louis Vuitton mink slippers. Mink as in real fur, yes. This cannot be made up. That incident was transformed into a masterclass in painful truth by Bill Maher. He wasn't merely making fun of famous people for amusement. He was drawing attention to how climate action has become a self-serving endeavor. Few people genuinely want to live as they do, but everyone wants to appear as though they care about the environment through hashtags, headlines, and picture ops. Maher wasn't subtle either. We don't need influencers chasing clout. We need heroes, he stated bluntly. He's correct, too. Because who does Gen Z really follow, let's face it? Kylie Jenner or Greta Thunberg? On Instagram, Greta has almost 13 million followers. More than 279 million Kylie. Furthermore, that isn't even close. So Mars's question is a powerful one. In reality, who speaks for the younger generation? Either the girl who abstains from flying commercial planes for environmental reasons, or the person who abstains from flying commercial flights altogether. In that dark Bill Maher manner, it's funny, but it's also a horrible truth. Greta uses wind power to sail across oceans. Kylie boards an ExxonMobil-powered private jet. Kylie is 21 times more popular for whatever reason. That speaks volumes about us as well as about her. Because Kylie herself wasn't Maher's true aim. It was the culture that disregards Greta and worships Kylie. The culture that supports sustainability while having a penchant for luxury.
Now that the latest climate conference is underway in Glasgow, Scotland, and Greta Thunberg has once again shown the world that she is the conscience of her generation, someone must tell her, you may be the conscience of your generation, but you don't represent it. I really wish you did, Greta, but you don't. But I can show you who does. Greta, you have 13 million followers on Instagram, which is great. But Kylie Jenner has 279 million, which is more. I mean, seriously, who is the real influencer in that generation? The model citizen or the model? The young woman who refuses to fly or the one who refuses to fly commercial? You see what I'm saying? Greta gets where she's going on a sailboat powered by the wind. Kylie takes a private jet powered by Exxon. And she's 21 times more popular.
However, this goes beyond the hypocrisy of celebrities. Maher reversed the audience's perception. He essentially stated, you guys love to talk about saving the earth until it means giving up your Wi-Fi, your fast fashion, or your iced lattes and plastic cups. He has a point, to be honest. The idea of protecting the earth is appealing to everyone. However, the moment sacrifice is necessary, the room abruptly becomes silent. And when he stated, this isn't about rejecting capitalism or comfort, he captured the irony wonderfully. I enjoy both. He even acknowledged Kylie's self-made status. Indeed, a cheeky remark about her father being a self-made woman came after that. It's Maher, though. His intention was not to demonize wealth or success. It was intended to demonstrate our growing disinterest in the repercussions of it. Kylie has rooms full of outfits that she has only worn once. Because she won't feed the waste machine, Greta has been out here for years wearing the same jacket. However, Kylie is the one who is trending.
Now, this is not a screed against comfort or capitalism. I'm fond of both. And I give Kylie credit. She's built a massive business empire without ever releasing a sex tape. And like her dad, she's a self-made woman. But Kylie embodies and embraces a lifestyle that is pretty much the opposite of carbon neutral. And the younger generations fucking love it. Last week, Kylie posted a tour of her shoe closet, which houses well over 1,000 pairs. She also has entire rooms of things she only's worn once. I don't think Greta would approve of that.
That's the issue. Maher refers to it as an attention crisis rather than an awareness crisis. We are not ignorant. We just don't care long enough to act. Celebrity culture is more important to us than climate change. Reading about rising sea levels is more difficult than double tapping a picture of a beach. The reason we're stuck is right there. Maher depicted something that was a bit too personal. Imagine a pop singer doing a concert across town from a climate activist who is conducting a conference in one city. Tickets for that one are selling out. That's right. There is enough of information in the globe. It isn't focused. Nothing will change unless people begin to care more about the environment than about themselves. He also attacked popular buzzwords among the younger generation. You are aware of them: ethical, environmentally responsible, and sustainable consumption. Good words until you discover they're being said while opening the newest Sheen Hall and drinking Starbucks from a plastic cup. Maher noted that although Gen Z enjoys accusing previous generations of destroying the planet, they are also doing the same thing, just through better lenses. Check out Mr. Beast, the man enjoys giving away cars. Or Jason Derulo, who ate 22 hamburgers to celebrate reaching a following milestone, yet their fans are the same ones that tweet about protecting the environment. The irony is outrageous. We have made protecting the environment an aesthetic rather than a duty.
In polls, young people always claim to be more concerned about climate change than other generations, but they don't act like it. They throw around buzzwords like sustainable and shame people who forget to bring a cloth bag to Trader Joe's, but one of their favorite YouTubers is Mr. Beast, who's famous for stunts like, I gave my 40 millionth subscriber 40 cars. Jason Derulo celebrated his 22nd millionth follower by eating 22 hamburgers. The cognitive dissonance between planet-destroying conspicuous consumption and planet-saving rhetoric is breathtaking. You say you love Greta and her message, but everything else you love is a climate disaster. Far from rejecting consumerism, young people are so obsessed with labels that venerable fashion houses like Balenciaga have pivoted from selling couture dresses to rich women to selling baseball hats to teenagers.
Ma also had no qualms about twisting the knife. The digital generation's favorite, cryptocurrency, he noted, consumes more energy than Netflix, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, and Google put together.
Combined.
And where does a 20-something get the money to pay $400 for a hat that borrows the Bernie Sanders logo because you're like a socialist and stuff? From mommy and daddy, of course, those huge assholes who ruined the planet. Oh, and also maybe by trading Bitcoin, the mining of which is worse for the environment than actual mining. Cryptocurrency uses more energy than Netflix, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, and Google combined, and more than some entire nations. And yet young people could not love it more if it came with a side of avocado toast.
You would expect that young people who care about the environment would oppose that. Not at all. They love it. They put money into it. In defense of it, they claim that it'll be greener in the future. Yes, of course. As with all previous generations, we'll fix it later.
94% of crypto buyers are either millennials or Gen Z, which makes it ring a little hollow when you're out there chanting for us to put the planet ahead of profits. And what do crypto fans say about this? They say, well, yes, it uses too much energy now, but in the future, oh yeah, the future, that's right. Same thing my generation said. Let them handle it in the future. I'll get mine now.
The call out on the smartphone was as harsh. According to a survey quoted by Maher, 43% of youths would only part with their phones in exchange for $5 million. Additionally, 10% of respondents stated that they would physically give up their finger before giving up their phone. He has a joke that's worth a high four.
What would it take to convince Gen Z and millennials to give up their phones? A pollster once asked. 43% said it would take $5 million to give up their phone. 1 in 10 said they'd sacrifice a finger for it. That deserves a high four.
Some others responded by saying, "But we are connected by our phones. They are more than simply luxuries. They are essential. To a certain extent, they are correct. We work, learn, and communicate thanks to our phones." Maher, however, is not advocating for a tech-free life. He's saying own your choices. While charging your 10th device overnight, don't talk about sustainability. Encourage wiser innovation, greater recycling, and cleaner production if you care about the environment. Living in a cave is hardly the definition of responsibility. It entails matching your words and deeds. That's the main point of Mars's message. Equilibrium. You can't cost or MAV the while burning jet fuel to Coachella. So although we don't need everyone to become Greta Thunberg, we do need less individuals posing as her while flying private.
I know it would be fire to be able to both live like Kylie and also save the planet, but you can't do both. Last year, when Australia was devastated by wildfires, Greta reminded us that we still fail to make the connection between the climate crisis and increased extreme weather events. Kylie, too, was moved by the disaster and tweeted about how the loss of animal life breaks her heart. Then she quickly followed up with a post of her new $1,500 Louis Vuitton mink slippers. It's always so sad when fire potential slippers.
And young people aren't the only ones affected. Everyone is involved. Ma acknowledged that his generation made a mistake. "Yes, we did." He replied, "We dropped it like it was hot." "Have you picked it up?" he inquired, glancing directly at the camera. Because the true test is that blaming the boomers is simple. Better branding makes it more difficult to acknowledge that you're doing the same mistakes they have. Greta is a good example. Kylie strolls along the catwalk. While one sells comfort, the other gives it up. While the other is attempting to save her brand, the first is attempting to save the earth.
Kids, you're gonna have to make a choice here. Do you want to be progressive or excessive? Team drastic or team plastic? When Kylie's lifestyle becomes uncool and unpopular, and you stop loving Bitcoin and stop thinking that stuffing your face is harmless, I'll take you seriously. Until then, shut the up about how older generations ruin the planet.
Maher is also not arguing that you can't have luxury or success. Pick a lane, he says. It's not possible to be both Gucci and Greta at the same time. It is impossible to save the turtles while using a plastic straw. One or the other is required. In actuality, Maher's message is a dare rather than merely a tirade. In order to demonstrate that awareness may truly result in change, he is challenging this generation to disprove him. Because the earth won't be saved by words. There will be action. Perhaps that is the lesson to be learned here. You don't need to move into a yurt and sell everything you own. But behave like an environmentalist if you want to call yourself such. Don't only write about it. Share Greta's speech on more than just Instagram. Modify your lifestyle by consuming less, traveling more wisely, and maintaining consistency. Because as Maher stated, you have the choice of saving the earth or being the phony private jet generation. However, since fakes are not biodegradable, you cannot be both. For you, that's Maher. Insightful, humorous, and brutally honest.
We get it. Boomers dropped the ball on the environment. We did. We dropped it like it was hot. And for that, I can only say, whoops. Yeah, you're right. We dropped it. But have you picked it up? I wish your generation was better than mine. I really do. But the sad truth is, we're completely the same. Lots of talk, and at the end of the day, hopelessly seduced and addicted to pigging out on convenience, luxury, and consumption. So that's it. You can either be the fake and private jet generation or the one that saves the planet. But you can't be both, because fake are not biodegradable.
He has no intention of canceling anyone. His goal is to highlight the disconnect between discussing change and bringing it to fruition. What do you think, then? Is he correct? Are we too preoccupied with luxuries and preferences to actually change anything? Or may this generation show that being progressive doesn't have to mean being overly so? Drop your opinions in the comments. Tell me where you stand, please. Please remember to use the like button if you found this analysis enjoyable. To ensure you don't miss the next one, please subscribe and hit the bell, because ultimately a dying world cannot be saved by hashtagging. However, you can begin with awareness, integrity, and a small amount of action. Thank you for viewing, and keep in mind that while discourse is cheap, the earth is not.